Greetings and salutations, happy Easter, everybody. So, looking back, when it comes to the holiday, at least this is how I feel about it, it's a lot different now than it was. Easter is a lot different today than it was back in the 80s and the 90s. Because, especially nowadays, say, when you think about Easter, especially that's just how I see it, I feel like it's gotten a little bit more commercial as the years have gone by. And the fact that growing up, one of the things that would always kind of be apparent was, would be, whenever you would have Easter, kids would get their little Easter baskets. Then they say, okay, kids, did you find your Easter baskets? Okay, now we're going to go to church. Now we're going to go for a bit of an egg hunt and all that stuff. So yeah, there would be a bit of a difference. One thing when it comes to, at least I think so, is that when it comes to, marketing and all that stuff, I bet you probably remember this. Would be the bendable Easter Bunny. This was a toy that you could actually purchase that came out that was, that you could get very cheaply. I think in the 90s, they were still common. And, you could get them at the dollar store or Family Dollar. And basically what it was basically like a little Easter bunny that would probably have a jacket or something of that nature. And sometimes it would just have bendable arms and, legs, arms like that. And, it was just a fun little toy that you would, a little thing you could play with. It was always fun. I'm also gonna be honest, say sometimes the commercials would actually be a lot more fun too.
Hey everybody, strike up the band for the Allen's Easter Parade.
Yes, Easter's on its way, and it's time for Allen's famous chocolate bunnies, roosters, ducks, and Easter eggs. Allen's have been making wholesome confections for over 50 years, the good old-fashioned way, from pure milk chocolate.
Because nowadays, when it comes to Easter, you can find out, you could have, little things, the Cadbury cream eggs. It's still a very popular one, whether it's, the audition one. The one that was, one that was very relevant that I remember growing up as a kid. The multiple animals pretending they want to be the Cadbury bunny.
Everyone wants to be the Cadbury bunny, because only he brings delicious Cadbury cream eggs, while others may keep trying. No bunny knows Easter better than Cadbury.
It was always a cute one, because it's still cute today, I think. And one thing that I always kind of remember, though, when it comes to Easter, was, as I got older, though, my parents would try to they would either have one that was custom made, and that, and especially in the stores nowadays, you could, find, a Easter basket that was, geared around certain products. Nowadays, you can probably find one on Barbie. See, back in the 90s, they had special ones that were geared around that, Barbie, Star Wars, all those, products that, a kid could think of back then. And, yeah, it was always common, Easter was sort of, it was always, a holiday, oh yeah, the candy. Or, say, you'd have, the giant Easter bunny that was made of chocolate. That was always fun. I always think it's fun because, say, sometimes as a kid, you get it, and then you feel you'd just be nibbling on its little ears, and you feel and all that. It was always fun to get those little chocolate Easter bunnies, because you're just pretending you're say, I'm biting its ear. Because, because it's just chocolate. And when it comes, I also kind of think apparently I didn't know this, but apparently the film Mallrats. Apparently it's an Easter movie, not say, oh, hey, it's popping down the bunny trail and all that. But there is it basically is taking place around Easter.
Brody.
So I guess that is one that can kind of matter. It's I never really knew that fact, but yeah, it actually came out in Mallrats came out in the 90s. This Mallrats wasn't a film that I had seen growing up. I didn't really see it until I was in college. So my best friend, one of my friends, Ashley, she introduced me to it. And I had actually one thing that I had actually done growing up though, was I had one time gone on a cruise around Easter. And say sometimes cruise ships they will go out big for holidays. I don't know if they do that nowadays for Easter, besides just say, hey, we're gonna have here's Bugs Bunny, and then you traumatize the children. But I can also some of my research also kind of told me, internet, was in that sometimes the fashion was a bit different in the fact when you go to the mall, that was a big thing back in the 90s. Nowadays, the mall is not a big thing. I mean, that's just how I see it in the fact that, I don't really have... Here in South Carolina, this area I'm at, we have say, Tanger outlets, which are just little shopping malls that are just say, here's one, that one, corner stores and all that. But back when I was growing up as a kid, we had malls, and we always had the Easter Bunny, where you can say, hey, little Timmy, do you want to have a picture of the Easter Bunny? And all that. It was always kind of a little fun. And then, anyway, it was say another holiday where parents could get their picture of their kid growing up with the Easter Bunny and all that. Sort of say how in days say you can still do it today, but at the same time I feel like it could be not. I don't know if it's as special. It probably is still, but I feel like it's totally my perspective, but I feel like there was a bit more a theme to it. Say when it came to at the mall, here, suddenly, you're in Easter Bunny Land. There's, say, a little, burrow, perhaps. Maybe, if you're at a high-end mall, there's, a little burrow or something like that. A little house. And then the Easter Bunny, he's coming out, he's got his giant, little, monocle glasses and all that stuff. But, yeah. I think Easter's a fun holiday. But it also can be one of, spiritual in a way, especially if you are having religious beliefs as well. And actually, yeah, say one thing that comes to it, I feel especially in the 90s and all the 80s, it was, religion was still big when it came to Easter. I mean, you still have marketing for the kids with the more say, hey, it's the Easter Bunny and all that, but it was still parents would be saying, okay, kids, we did our little Easter egg hunt, now we gotta go to church now, get on your church pants, your nice fancy dresses and all that stuff, because I still think that, but it thinks that I think that nowadays it seems the clothes that would be, say, okay, time to dress up for church, for Easter. It's not as, it's more of, say, okay, not, casual t-shirts, but more casual dressy. But it seemed back in the 80s and the 90s, it seems people got dressed up when it came to Easter. That's, it seems that's a thing that, people would do that was more common. But what is your favorite Easter commercial? Do you have a favorite Easter commercial? Do you have a favorite Easter TV special?
In the puzzle of life, there is one piece that keeps it from breaking. You can tell when it's there from the sound that you're on. heartbeat is making.
That you enjoy to watch. I don't know. When it comes to Easter, I don't think I have a favorite Easter horror film and things like that. But happy Easter, everybody. See you next time.